Evening. I was definitely supposed to start streaming like an hour and a half ago, and I was lazy and tired and didn't. But I do need to at least get through the sad part in Endwalker. So might as well start a little bit of a late night stream. Let me make sure that's the wrong notebook. Let me make sure that we're not forgetting anything. I don't think I'm forgetting anything right now. I opened up my notebook to make sure I wasn't forgetting anything, and the first word that I opened up a page to was just bullshit. I don't know why, but I believe in myself. Okay. Last we left off. Sup. Last we left off, we absorbed the light, and that's bad. And we're now on a bit of a timer, aren't we, before we become a light warden and kill everyone. Which, fun fact, also bad. So let me just make 100% sure, real quick, that I actually updated my notes last we played. Hey, big bro. Man, I'm fucking winning. Sure, yeah, why not? I'm pretty sure I updated my notes. The last light, we're gonna be a light war and the sky turns bright again. Yeah, cool. Alright, let's just jump into the, MSQ, because I have got to make some progress on this. And progress is gonna be started a while ago, and then I just didn't. So, what's up, buddy? Oh, sir, you're awake. You were injured during the 4 a.m. Mount Gold, yes? I was here at my station, as always, when they carried you in on a makeshift stretcher looking disturbingly bereft of vigor. And to compound my worry, the sky is... well, I'm sure you've seen. It is everyone rather concerned, to say the least. Seeing you up and about is the first good news we've had in a while. Assuming you feel strong enough, would you mayhap consider a stroll around the city to reassure our anxious citizens? Boggy was one of those who helped convey you to your chambers, and he has visited several times since to inquire after your condition. I'm fine. Let the simps calm down. There's nothing to worry about besides the fact that I'm going to blow up and kill you all. Aside from that, we're all good. Also, who's Boggy? And are they up there? Nope. Okay, cool. Who are you? Well, he's Boggy, I guess. Question asked, question answered, but... well, look who's back from the dead. It was a grim sight. Your companions looked fairly ready to drop when they brought you in, so I offered a helping hand. Couldn't bear to see them struggle so. And you, my friend, I feared you had one foot in the grave. Cold and lifeless you were, like a corpse that was somehow still breathing. And then they told me some evil bastard went and snatched our poor exarch away in the midst of the chaos. Wicked white, what is this world coming to? Sir, we live in the post-apocalypse. But moaning never solved a thing, did it? Nay, it's times like these that we Crystarium folks stand tall and do what needs to be done. Trade with Yulmore's back on the table. We best make use of those resources to fortify the city against the Eaters, or whatever misery the fates deem fit to throw at us next. Speaking of misery, Chisimil was worried sick about you. A healer wringing his hands is not a sight you ever wish to see, let me tell you. Oh wait, I remember who Chisimil is though. They're the apothecary who gave us... my first answer was going to be drugs. They gave us some sort of like immunity magic against the sleep powder back when we did that raid and when we first met Ranjit. I'm 50% confident in that. Anyway, what's up, buddy? I'm not dead. Check that out. Ain't that cool? Oh, sweetie, you're alive. What the fuck was that? No one's been allowed to see you. Even Spagyric Shurigan. Doctors were forbidden from making visits. Reen was kind enough to tell me you were showing symptoms similar to Eater corruption. So I suppose there was little any of us could have done for you in any case. As for your companions, they've been rushing hither and yon, seeking a cure for your condition. I worry to see their faces grow ever more haggard every time they pass through the crystarium. I shall let them know you're awake, and when they come to see you, sweetie, please do convince them to rest a bit. They won't be helping anyone if they all collapse of exhaustion. Oh, and our own Morin has been a little better, I'm afraid. He hasn't left the cabinet, too busy with his nose buried in one dusty tome or another. Oh yeah, these are all the people that I talked to when I first came to the crystarium. They were like, you should talk to these people because you're going to care about them later. And then we never did anything with them. But now I care. I think. Close enough. Anyway, what's good? I hope I get to kill Emmett Selk. That'd be nice. I actually don't know how close I am to the end either. I don't know if these are level 79. I think these are level 79 MSQ still. Confound it, this says the same thing as the last. Mayhap I should approach the problem from a different perspective. Spoilers, Lex. Damn, man. Oh, the double take, that's cute. Deca, it is truly you. Is it truly you and not some figment of my imagination? But this is wonderful. It would seem our prayers have been answered. You said yep a while ago. Thank God. I was like, hang on. Feeling otherwise helpless, I've been scouring our shelves for the wisdom to explain this most worrisome conundrum. Why, with all the light wardens defeated, has the light returned to obscure the sky? I must have pored over 100 tomes, but no definitive conclusion seems forthcoming. So many questions I would pose to the Exarch, and thus do I feel his absence all the more keenly. Now that you are awake, however, I'm hopeful the search for our stolen steward might begin in earnest. Catless, meanwhile, leads the crystalline mean in preparations for battle, though against what foe we are as yet uncertain. Why not pay her a visit? I expect seeing you upright would be a much welcome relief. Imagine if Will read chat couldn't be me. I should have left that unread, but I didn't want to be that subtle. And don't worry about it. Let's see. I actually don't know where we're going. I also was 100% not paying attention to what this dude was saying. He was happy we were alive. We need to go visit the crafting person now. And then probably everyone will fight about us. And we'll see how many cutscenes we have. Deca! Alive and well, I see. You gave us all a proper fight. You know that? Not a day's gone by that I haven't heard folk worrying what's to become of you or the Exarch. Why do I sound like a 1950s street youth? Anyway, I'm glad you've recovered enough to stand. You're not planning on striking out straight away, though, are you? I was hoping to have a better look at your equipment. If we'd been able to provide you with better weapons or sturdier helms, then maybe you would have won the day and the Exarch would still be here. Well, he got shot, so as such, we're keeping busy consulting each other on new forging techniques and designs and the like. If you could stand still a moment, I'd like to assess the gear. We should improve. Oh, do I get a new set of armor? Humna, 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 humna. Aye, well, that's some fine work, I must admit. It wouldn't be impossible to make something better, but we need to experiment with different patterns and materials. I'm not sure we have that kind of time. That sounds like a challenge he would enjoy. Oh my god, it's this guy. Greetings, Glenard. The Master of the Stairs is running his own errands now, is he? Ah, well, my servers are distraught enough as it is, and I didn't want to crack the whip too hard. But never mind that. I've been thinking about our absent genius and his epiphanies are the perfect answer to that predicament of yours. And by genius, you mean old Granol. He is a man of unrivaled gifts, I won't argue with you there. But what good does this talent do us if we can't find him? No one's seen hide or hair of Granol since he wandered off some years ago. You know what he's like once he latches onto an idea. He's probably cloistered himself in some forgotten cave, completely absorbed in his latest creation. I wouldn't even know where to start looking. That does make things difficult. So, if Cedric is someone you're destined to meet, I'll wager he'll show up soon enough. In my time at the bar, many of the tales I've heard told of a strangely fainted encounters, even if a few of them might be stretching the truth just a bit. We'll keep our noses to the grindstone for the time being, but on the off chance you do encounter Granolt, you'd be wise to take advantage of his brilliance rather than wait on our slow and steady progress. This is all talk for when you're fully recovered, of course. I'll let you get back to convalescing, eh? Before you do that, you're actually the reason I came over here in the first place. I don't suggest partaking in my stock until you're properly well, but if you're past any of the stairs, then I have a regular who's eager to see you. Hey, it's that guy, the first character you see in the 1.0 trailer. Cool. Cool. I best begin back. Just because the world's coming apart at the seams doesn't mean we have to follow suit, now does it? Here. We can't forget the heart upon which the city was founded, or the Exarch might not have much of a home to return to. Bet. I'll warm up, probably. Maybe. I'll get excited once we hit level 80 quests. Looking at what level we're at, it's fine. Deca, are you alright? I think a return to your sick bed might be in order. Or you might consider resting a while atop the watchtower next to the rookery. This damnable sky doesn't make for the most soothing scenery, but the Exarch often liked to stand there and feel the wind upon his face. I can sing a dramatic song while the wind whips past my cheeks. Yeah, that sounds great. If only it was raining, then I could sing irony, and, well, given the differences in timelines, I bet none of them have heard it before. They'll be like, oh shit, what if it is like rain on this cloudy... Wait, shit, what's the first line of irony? It's like rain on a sunny day, right? Oh fuck, apparently I haven't heard the lyrics either, so maybe I can't deliver a new musical, joy to the people of the first. Rain on your wedding day, there we go. Rain on a sunny day doesn't... There you go. It's good... No. It's rain on your wedding day, and then it's good advice that you just didn't take. Wait, no, or is that the third line? Is that the second line or the third line? Help! Exarch! You seem like you were emo as a teenager. Come help! Damn it!
The people of this city have spirit, I'll give them that. They've not lost the will to fight. I can imagine how torn you must feel, looking at that sky. Knowing what it means to everyone. And that you're responsible.
Alright, dick. It's a bit of a mess, isn't it? It's a bit of a mess, isn't it? Oh, hey, look, that's actually decent for this game facial animation.
An all too familiar one. Here you stand alone, expecting no one else to bear the burden for you.
I made this. More like I am this. Oh.
And there doesn't seem to be any obvious way out.
Nobody puts Deca in a corner.
But that doesn't mean it's over. However hopeless it seems, you haven't lost yet.
Okay, immediately my shoulders have sagged. How many hours of however hopeless it must be, we can't give up hope, do I have to listen to? Please, let's... Plot. Plot. Let's go. Okay, don't make me listen to every single fucking character in the game say that. Please.
I remember looking up at the sky like this before. Being caught up in a strange kind of calm. It was after we realized we were responsible for the flood. When we resolved to journey to the source by taking our own lives. One last sacrifice. One last fight. One last failure. And then the Oracle appeared and, well, you know the rest. There were times in the years and decades that followed when I wondered if we might not have been better off just letting the rejoining happen. That we'd made one last mistake. But seeing that giant Talos stir to life cured me of any doubts I still had. Always we took the burden of fighting upon ourselves. That's what heroes do, isn't it?
Hasn't this been the point of, like, the end of every single Final Fantasy expansion?
So we never had the chance to see anything like that. Our people coming together as one. To think that their hope still burned so bright. That they were still so eager to live, they would lift up their fellows, one on top of the other, till they reached the sky. No. We made the right decision. And I can finally feel proud of the part we played in helping this world survive. Well, come on then.
Okay, that's cute. Listen, I'll shit on the game all I want, but this is cute. Oh my god, the power of bows!
As I thought. What happened between us was no coincidence.
Bows! Bows!
My
Bows!
story
Bows!
ain't finished. But the fates have gifted me a minor role in yours. I suspected as much the moment I realized you could hear me. But it's hard not to doubt yourself when you're the man who caused the flood. I was afraid to do anything more than watch for fear of making things even worse. But no longer. After all, the path I once walked is now yours to finish. For what it's worth, I cast my lot with yours. If you need a push, I'll be right there behind you. If you lose control, I'll do my best to stop you. So, let us be about it, hero.
Oh, I was worried you were up here all alone, brooding and fretting and wallowing in your woes. But look at you, grinning at nothing like a pollen-drunk pixie.
What's up, buddy?
Look at what you've done to your ether. It's a mess. And you have cracks running all through that pretty soul of yours. My poor little sapling. Whatever am I to do with you?
I do like them. They're nice.
Shall I yield up my throne? You could claim it, cut ties with the mortal world, hide away in the castle. It won't fix the problem, but would it really matter? If any pesky heroes come calling with steel and magic, all of Meg will rise up in your defense.
The beaver
My
side
crown
quest?
and scepter are yours, if you want them. What? Don't give me that look. Of course I knew before I asked that you'd never ever heed such a wicked suggestion.
Although,
And besides, what would become of my precious and ephemeral flower? Oh, my dear beloved sapling. You are lost, confused, and have precious little time to gather your wits.
do you know what's going on?
Your kind is always so preoccupied with what lies ahead, and so we muddle your vision with fog and glamour. But such trickery is easy to see through. Stand very, very still. Think not of where you need to go, but where you are right now at this moment, at this time, in this place. Our cairn of crystal. From shadowed hood he watched you go, his ruby eyes with warmth aglow. See yourself as he saw you, and that shall be the clearest clue.
I should probably remember more about the Crystal Tower than I do, which is nothing.
You stand in his garden, dear sapling. Ask his flowers what they know, and you will surely find an answer. But what will you do with it, I wonder? I'll be watching and waiting. Waiting and watching.
And they exploded. Am I mad? Yeah, I have no opinion about Gahatia. I liked the Crystal Exarch, so I guess by extension I like Gahatia, but I don't remember fucking anything anyway. We're fine. Okay, let me think. Before I talk to these people, what would I know about where the Exarch and where Emmett Selk might be? Is there any way I can see what's going to happen coming? I know we're going to an area we haven't been before because there's an area on the map that we haven't explored yet. If it's anything related to the old school Crystal Tower stuff, then I wouldn't be able to guess it because I don't remember any of that. What I do remember about the Crystal Tower is I remember us going into the void or something. So I could see a world where, like, we go into... The world's being overwhelmed by light, but it's not overwhelmed yet. I don't remember if the void we went into in the Crystal Tower was the darkness between worlds? Or whether it was, like, a world in each of the not stars, but each of the worlds had its own version of it. Alright, well, let's see what happens. Oh, I did not expect to see you on your feet so soon. Surely you've not come in search of an Amaro. What do I know of the Crystal Exarch? I'm happy. We never did find out the Crystal Exarch's homeland. That was a thing that everyone like said like, oh, don't ask him about his homeland before. What do I know the Crystal Exarch? I'm happy to share, but I fear there will be no surprising revelations. As I in the city could tell you, he's a man of wisdom and compassion and many untold secrets. But no one can doubt his generosity. When the Crystarium was being constructed, he even allowed folk to plunder the tower for resources. He's imposed no restrictions on us but one. No one except the Exarch is permitted to dwell within the spire. Many seasons past, a comrade of mine was bold enough to ask the reason why. The Exarch merely smiled and said, because one day, the Crystal Tower may vanish as suddenly as it arrived. If I hadn't taken a giant... Oh, the void is the 13th. Okay, I didn't remember that. Because the Asians fucked up and accidentally destroyed the 13th. I remember back when they were first trying to figure out how to do the rejoining stuff. Which is kind of interesting because it means that they haven't rejoined the 13th yet, even though it is presumably awash with dark ether. Since it is still like a place. Oh, was there something else you needed? If you come for the results of my research into this persistent light, I'm afraid there's little to tell as of yet. Records pertaining to the Exarch? Well, I need no documentation to relay what little I know of his history, if that is what interests you. Less than a decade has passed since the coming of the flood when the Crystal Tower first flashed into existence. Its summoner... Wait, what? Less than a decade has passed since the coming of the flood when the Crystal Tower... Had passed since the coming of the flood when the Crystal Tower first flashed into its existence. Its summoner, the Exarch himself, became known to the refugees in Lakeland soon thereafter. He welcomed all who sought out the spire, be they locals who had lost their homes or Vobitites fleeing their ruined kingdom, and together did they found the city which would become the Crystarium. Some thought to call him king, for he refused to share his name, but the summoner did not deem himself worthy of royal address. Thus did the people consider his scintillating skin, so alike to the tower he had summoned, and bestowed upon him the title of Crystal Exarch. As for his true name, well, it would seem that is a mystery that remains unsolved to this day. Well, that makes me think of the forest tribe whose name I can't remember. The Knights Blessed. That probably doesn't have anything to do with it, though. Presumably. What was the first thing? We don't know. Don't enter the tower because it might disappear one day. Dekka! It's good to see you awake and alert, my friend. What's this about? You're not writing the Exarch's memoirs, are you? I'm not sure how much I can tell you, considering we avoid asking too many questions. Unspoken Ool and all that. If anyone's any fresh insights to share, that'd be Captain Lena, I'd say. She lost her parents to an Eater attack not long after she was born, and the Exarch saw to her upbringing. Outward appearances aside, those two are like grandfather and granddaughter. I imagine the news of his predicament hit her doubly hard. Not that our proud captain would ever let it show. And if you do decide to talk to Lena, she'll be at her usual post over the Ascensor Gate. Again, which is why they're so terrified of the flood doing the same thing. They're terrified of the flood doing the same thing? That's news to me. Oh my god, I forgot that we could summon Barrage. Yeah, my man's not even at max level. What am I doing? I gotta get his skills up. I gotta get him up to a level 10 tank, even though that's not really relevant anymore, is it? Considering I am the tank. Me. Also, hi Lena. I didn't know I could find you over here. I was wondering where you disappeared to. No, I didn't. Deca, I was not told you had awoken. What are you, Scottish or something? A welcome surprise. Now if only the Exarch was returned to us. He was taken by this rival of yours, was he not? Icelandic, okay. Your companions mentioned that they had an idea of where to find him, and so I bristled when they asked for patience. I did not understand their hesitation until I saw that you had fallen. Only then did I realize that I had no business rushing ahead. That's so bad. Even so, the delay has been no less agonizing. In the moments before he left to join you in Calusia, the Exarch entrusted me with a key. Ignore it, just keep going. It opens a door in the ocular to a chamber known as the umbilicus. This room is at the heart of the tower, into which only the Exarch himself is permitted to enter. What am I doing with this voice? Don't worry about it. He bid me allow none into the tower once he had departed. Only in the event that an army of eaters descended upon the city was I to access the umbilicus and awaken the defensive barrier. Never before had he left me with such instructions, but the battle with Vothri loomed near, and at the time I accepted the key without much thought. Since then, however, that moment is all that occupies my mind. When I recall the look upon his face, he knew that some terrible fate awaited him. Tell me, Deca. I need to know what he feared. What battle you and your companions are truly fighting. Excuse me, I need to eat my beard. Forgive me. I trust in the Exarch, and I should not be voicing these doubts when he is not here to respond to them personally. But you have come to me with a question of your own, have you not? Before I drop all this hot lore on you? I see I'm not the only one who burns for answers. The time has come to open the tower's heart. Though we do not face an invasion of eaters, I suspect the city will be in far more danger if you do not gain the knowledge you seek. Where are my friends? Wait, was that a level 70 quest? Come, meet me in the ocular, and I will unlock the door within. Wait, it would be level 80, wouldn't it? It probably wasn't. Yeah, it's level 79. Okay. This motherfucker. I just cleared that place, and now she's making me come all the way back. I'm not spending, like, 150 bucks to teleport 5 feet. Did they tell you yet? Did they tell me what yet? I don't know. If you're asking if chat told me something, we all know that I never read chat, so that's impossible. Where your friends are? No, I know that they're out and about. And that they're very tired. There's no way we're going back to the source, right? No. No, that one. No. This is metagaming, but it wouldn't be back in the source because it's flat out on this collection of maps. It's over there somehow. I was very tempted to look at where connected on the map because I thought I might have seen something, but I'm ignoring it. I'm trying not to metagame. They went to Denny's. Oh shit, they are fighting for their lives. What's up, buddy? How did you get through that door?
I have unlocked the door to the umbilicus. You are free to enter.
Wow, I was nowhere close.
Once you have what you require, I'll see it sealed once more. Until then, I will remain without.
I like your ears. She seems nice. This is the camera that makes someone appear suddenly when I turn or something. Oh, you asshole.
A moment to collect my thoughts, I prithee.
Urian J, what did you do this time? Wait, who was the first one taken? It was Thancred, wasn't it?
Thy true name is Grahatia, then. By thy claims, thou too art a native of the Source, though from an age beyond our own, when the 8th umbral calamity hath visited devastation upon our star. Thou hast, by subtle means, reached across the boundaries of time and space to unsow the seeds of catastrophe, ere its creeping vines drag our champion unto an early grave.
In essence, yes. A difficult story to swallow, I am sure.
Meh, we've been through some crazy shit.
I doubt not the veracity of thy words, not the account of thy coming, nor that of the fated calamity. Yet my mind straineth still to apprehend the enormity of this tale. Wouldst thou favor me with a gradual unfolding of its chapters?
Should I make some popcorn?
Certainly. But where to begin? I should start with those great minds who survived the calamity. Sid Garland being perhaps the greatest. In hopes of staying the unending tides of war, he and his fellows pursued all manner of possible solutions. One of these was rooted in a theory which unified several fundamental principles discovered over the course of the Warrior of Light's adventures. It proposed a method by which one could enter the River of Time, traverse the rift, and leap between worlds.
Good job, Sid. You discovered Avengers Endgame.
Perfecting that idea, however, was a work which consumed their lifetimes. And thus was it left to future generations to decide whether theory would be put into practice. But all the while, the world continued to burn. Hope was a feeble outpost, beset on all sides by thievery and misery and murder. People cried out in despair. There is no hope. We are finished. Mankind is finished. Then others raised their voices in answer. Though we be beyond salvation, those who came before may yet be saved. We will forge a crossroads and pave the way for a different future. By the wisdom of our forebears, we will prevent this calamity from ever having come to pass. The fighting went on unabated, but some few took up Sid's research and labored to realize those impossible ideas. After 2 centuries of labor, their descendants finally succeeded in awakening the Crystal Tower, an integral part of the process, and, in doing so, roused its caretaker, me. By this stage, scholars had largely established the phenomena underpinning the rejoining, and identified the first as the shard which precipitated the 8th umbral calamity. This grand structure was already capable of storing the energies required to attempt the translocation. All that remained was to augment some few of its functions based upon the theoretical models of Sid and his compeers.
Is what?
And by means of such technologies didst thou effect thine arrival in the first, to an age before this star had joined with the Source.
Some while before, as it turned out. 'Tis all but impossible to predict how time will flow between one world and the next, and we missed our mark by almost an entire century. But this only worked in our favor. The Sin Eaters could not be defeated without the blessing of light, and summoning the only man who might stand a chance against them would require decades of preparation.
An undertaking of scarce credible endurance. That thou hast kept thy plan from falling into disarray these many years bordereth on the miraculous. Yet howsoever history be rewritten, thy present self was shaped by events which followed the calamity. Should said catastrophe be averted, the very skein of thine existence will unravel. Surely thou hast foreseen this.
I am aware of the consequences. 'Tis for that very reason Cid and his colleagues bequeathed their legacy as an offering, and not an edict. To give all of oneself for the happiness of others, and with no promise of reward. 'Tis a hard thing to ask. Harder still for those condemned to survive in a world which pitted brother against brother. Indeed, you are right to call the execution of this plan miraculous, though the force which held it together was nothing so inexplicable. It was him. The warrior of light has been our unbroken thread. Where others would stumble and fall, he would rise above. Where others would break and run, he would carry on. The warrior of light's tale is one of unyielding bravery.
Except for the Death Knight part.
To tell it was to feel courage. To hear it was to feel hope. It was a breath of inspiration in an age of suffocating shadow. In the histories of a fallen nation was our hero hailed as its greatest ally. In the time-worn pages of a noble's memoirs were his deeds joyously retold.
Okay, that's kind of cute, actually.
For many, these stories were the flame which warmed them through the coldest of nights. And so it should come as little surprise that the plan found no shortage of volunteers, concerning as it did the warrior of light himself. It was their chance to add their own verse to the hero's saga.
Wait, how did I die in the original timeline then?
He was the lodestar that brought them all together, to send their final message back through time and space to him.
Oh yeah, Black Rose. That makes sense.
The light of your legacy was our torch in the darkness. Burn bright again and live. I am merely the bearer of that wish, come to ensure it is safely delivered.
Writing down in my notes, they are fanboys. Okay.
Wherefore sharest thou this burden with me and no other? What wouldst thou have me say?
So, hi. Don't worry about this. He's just depressed. What happened? If you don't know... Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. Thank you for rating me. Anyone who doesn't know anything about Final Fantasy XIV and doesn't know anything about Shadowbringers, you can go watch Mizu. Why not? You can go enjoy them. So if you don't want to know anything about Shadowbringers, there you go. I don't know how far Playframe has gotten. Yeah. So Shadowbringers spoilers. Everyone else, I'm Will, hi, whatever, Big Dub, whatever. Yes, I did mean to start a raid because anyone who doesn't want to experience Shadowbringers can go join that raid and go still watch someone and have fun. Whatever. And for those of you who do know Shadowbringers, you can stay here with me. I'm not stopping stream. I'm just like, if you don't want spoilers, go over there. Yeah, no, I'm Will. I've been doing a small task of spoiler mapping the game as I play through it. Yeah, no, very big spoilers for Shadowbringers. And I'm very tired, so I'm not very good at the raid thing right now. But you can go do that if you want. I should be better at this. I'm sorry. My brain is very busted right now. Hey, I'm doing spoiler things, so hold these people. Thank you. Alright, cool. Anyway, bye. Right. Chill. And then if you're still here, I'm assuming that you're, okay with, having to spoilers. It just occurs to me that I raided and I don't know what happened where it didn't raid with everyone apparently. That's a little weird. Whatever, it's fine. Here's the point. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. I've had a pretty exhausting last couple of months, so I've lost the thread. We're in Shadowbringers. If you're still here, I assume you're okay with spoilers. To catch people up, if you don't care about spoilers, which you probably should, we just got revealed that basically we're doing the Avengers Endgame plot. The world got absolutely fucking destroyed, and this guy time traveled back to make the world less destroyed. Chill. Cutscene. I need to get through this right now.
You will be my accomplice?
What happened? My brain went fuzzy. I'm not.
'Twas you yourself who convinced me of your suitability when you spoke of how you learned of the flood and of your part in arranging Minfilia's journey to the First. Your actions showed uncommon resolve. 'Twas clear you were committed to the cause of saving this world.
Wait.
I knew I could trust you to choose the right path forward, even if that choice came with a heavy price.
But you didn't grab him. Okay, go on.
What price?
When all is said and done, and the last of the Light Wardens lies slain, I will absorb their corrupted ether, and then I will die.
Well, you were gonna die anyway, so
Knowing what I know
chill.
of your companions, not to mention your champion, they will try to stop me, but in saving one, they would save none. Therefore, I implore you to aid me in concealing my identity and ensuring this tale ends as it must. To this end, I would have you take what I have told you of the Calamity and make of it a portent. A prophetic vision you beheld in the swirling chaos of the rift.
Oh, that's actually kind of clever.
Is this truly thy wish?
History remembered the Warrior of Light, as I knew it would. And I will suffer no other to rescue the champion whose star has charted my course. I will see this tale to a happy end, my friend. There has been enough tragedy.
Ooh, I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure he's fine. Oh, hey, Arbit, did you just see that too? Does Arbit have the echo? I actually don't know.
Careful now. If you lose control again, the light could claim you for good. Although it's probably only a matter of time before you succumb to the change in any case.
It's a big beard I have there.
What do you mean to do?
I mean to have a few words with both Emmett and the Exarch. Just kick down the door, throw my sword at Emmett, and be like, Exarch, what the fuck? I'm gonna rescue the Exarch, though. Love over hate and all that.
We should be on our way. Dacian mentioned the Tempest, did he not? That's the stormy seas around Calusia to you. His lair must be down there somewhere, hidden beneath the waves.
Fucking what? Well, it's a good thing I can breathe underwater then, isn't it? You could have mentioned that earlier! Okay, that's fine. Chill. I don't know how I feel about being a savior figure. Which is ironic considering some of the first complaints I had about in the plot of this game was like, aren't I more important than this? Now I'm so important, and I'm like, whoa, slow down. Did you find the answers you sought? If there's nothing more than you need, I will go and lock the door. I need some directions. You wish to know the way to the Tempest? You mean the sea itself and not the island of Calusia? If you make a request to the Tamers, they will provide you with an Amaro, but... Do you mean to leave right this moment? Alone? I'm not sure that... Nay, I will not seek to stop you. Go with the blessings of the Shadow, and I shall await your safe return. Thanks, buddy. My friends are going to be so pissed. Anyway, bye! Chill. I guess we're going to... Let me just check my notes here. The ocean. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. Fair play. Bryce earlier is like, if you guess this, I'll be surprised. I would not have guessed the ocean, because the ocean hasn't mattered. To the depths of the Tempest, Armor can swim, yes, but to reach the ocean floor... Am I gonna get a special mount? Oh, is that Lex? Alright. Oh, that's bad.
Ah, we have found thee.
Sup? Can I stab Urian J?
Word reached us of thy recovery, and thus did we gather with all haste. Ah. By thy looks, I gather thou hast gleaned that which I came to tell thee.
Dick.
Urianger has shared everything with us. The Exarch's true identity and purpose.
I can't believe you lied to us again. Twice.
I offer no excuses. When I agreed to aid the Exarch with his plans, 'twas in full acceptance of the condemnation I would face when my duplicity was laid bare.
Big shout out to these guys who are just standing here watching this conversation like, should we leave?
Yet it is not rancor, but resolve that I sense in thee. Thou art fully intent upon walking thy path to its end, art thou not? If thou canst forgive my deception, or, failing that, set aside thy displeasure for a time, I do beg leave to follow thee. What strength and wisdom I possess are thine to command.
I mean, he didn't... Yeah, no. He actually, why? So... I guess they didn't want to muddle the waters with time travel. Why did he need the help of Urian J? Why did he need Urian J to know the truth? I don't know. He wanted Urian J's help. I guess maybe he just wants him to confide in as much as anything else. Alright, I forgive you. Let's go. I'm chill with it.
I thank thee. Doubt not but that I will do all in my power to repay thy kindness and fulfill the Exarch's wishes.
I'm sorry, but I don't think this is a good idea.
Okay.
Leaving the Crystarium, I mean, with or without Urianche.
I wasn't even taking
What I did for you won't last forever. There's no telling when the light will break free again.
Well, then we better fucking go!
Please, you must stay here. At least for a little while longer. We will find a way to cure this, I promise you.
How can you make promises? We don't even know where to start.
Alize, please. You know Reen was only trying to help.
Of course I know! I know only too well! But making promises you have no way of keeping is not a kindness. It's a lie. Plain and simple. We've all searched high and low for an answer, and every one of us came back empty-handed.
Are the Amaro Keepers still just like, should we be here?
I am not about to stand in his way now. Not after failing him in his hour of need. No! The least we can do is...
Don't say hope.
We will go with you as well.
Okay.
There is naught to be gained by standing still.
That was a very good speech from
Indeed,
Alice's
we
voice
have
actress.
exhausted every other avenue. Lead, and we shall follow. If there is any hope to be found, then we will surely find it at your side.
Are we all in agreement then?
Is there aught we can do to help?
I rated Mizu and then the Twitch crashed immediately. Rip. Did you all just hear that? Because,
Though we may not know the whole story, we do know you're in for a fight. And while the Exarch's away, it falls to the rest of us to see the Warrior of Darkness is given a proper send-off.
You told them!
No. Well, not in so many words.
okay, that's a cute
We
read.
didn't need it spelled out for us. When the night sky appeared over whichever place you went to, it was harder not to put two and two together.
From the moment I heard that you and the Exarch shared the homeland, I had my suspicions.
Oh yeah, did they
Long
not?
had he been waiting for a certain someone to arrive, and I knew at once that it must be you.
Oh yeah, we never told them I was the Warrior of Darkness, did we?
Exactly. When he went up to meet you, 'twas clear it was no ordinary visitor. That spring in his step spoke volumes. I could feel his excitement.
Me too! That's right!
Yeah.
I swear I just heard someone go, yay.
We do not fully understand where you or the Exarch hail from, or why you've all done so much to protect us. But we are deeply grateful nonetheless. So, if there is anything at all we might do to aid your journey, you need only name it. What would you have of us?
You might have invited them to join us, where they're not so many. But come, they are waiting. What is your will, O Warrior of Darkness?
Defend the Crystarium, yeah. Yeah. I mean, credit to them for not being stereotypical MMO dumbass NPCs where it's like, that was the Warrior of Darkness the whole time? I do enjoy the fact that they were just like, of course we fucking knew, are you kidding? If the warns everything overwhelms again. It's bad the volunteers of Drink Lucia are all safely returned to their homes. They also assured us that we will do our best to hold the Eaters at bay in our absence. If you know. So that I want to fight Justinian, that I want to save him, not let him be sacrificed for a cause. No, I say the same to you. That's cute, buddy. So you know, I will not look kindly at further attempts to leave us behind. We do this together. Well, I mean, it wasn't on purpose trying to leave you behind, at least. Thou didst plan to commandeer tomorrow for thy journey to the open sea. I fear the following dive down into Emmett Silk's underwater abode would drain even thy legendary stamina. Thus, during thy convalescence, we considered the most efficacious method for reaching the depths of the Tempest, and I believe we have arrived at an elegant solution. Yet ere we discuss this step, I suggest thou dost conclude such pressing business as remains in the Crystarium. Once the sea closeth above our heads, we are unlikely to surface again until our great deed is done. Is this the end of the expansion? Nope, 79 still. Thine affairs are in order. Then I shall unfold to thee my proposal. Our destination is the ocean floor, yet our goal is not simply to arrive there. Nay, we must needs have the means to breathe and fight freely. Thus would I position the aid of one of the Fae, a being with whom I have yet to meet face to face. Rather than waste words and explanation, I bid thee follow me into the hamlet of Sullen, which lieth to the south and west. All will become abundantly clear, I promise thee, because we can't just do anything easy with Urianger. Still haven't been to the last zone of the expansion yet. Yeah, I know, but a boy can dream. Right. Somewhere out here. Oh, wait, no. Where are we going? Okay. Oh yeah, I think I saw this random corner over in the map and was like, oh, I should probably know what's over there. So we're finally going. That makes sense. He loves to show and tell. Urianger really is the type of dude who would wait for the camera to cut before he starts explaining things. Like, on purpose. How have you not been to, like, half of Northern Lakeland? Why the fuck would I be up here? There's nothing here. You go to the dungeon, and then that's it. And then you go over here, and then that's it. There was never a reason to go to Northern Lakeland. The only reason I went down here was because I actually saw these buildings and was like, that looks kind of cool. I'm gonna swim over there because I'm stubborn. And then it was now. There, to the west. Canst thou discern the hump of an isle rising above the water? That foliage-covered mass hideth the key to our safe descent. Swim close and plunge thee beneath the surface. Thou shalt divine the reason for mine insistence. It's a turtle! Though it be much to my shame, I can but flail and flounder, while thou mayest glide as a fish. I shall board a boat to the island, and spare one and all the spectacle of mine inept strokes. Actually, Urianger, I've decided I don't forgive you. Unless you swim. That would help. Urianger cannot swim, despite that absolutely swimming in affection. Why is it called the Isle of Ken? At least Alfie learned. Hey, we got a lot of very... It is a turtle. I was joking. I was thinking of Avatar: The Last Airbender. Chill. Okay. Two curved slabs of rock seem squeezed together here, giving the impression of giant stone eyelids. Well, honey! Though it appears solid enough, the rock yields slightly under your touch. Was the surface shifting, or was it just your imagination? Are we gonna ride a giant turtle to the bottom of the ocean? I already can breathe underwater and stuff. I'm sure it's fine. Oh look, everyone's like scattered around the place. I do want to get a view of this real quick before we go, just because I'm curious more than anything else. Yeah, it looks like a very pretty... Why does that horn look familiar? It reminds me of, I know what it reminds me of. It reminds me of the dragon that we killed to find the way to Aziz's Law in Heaven's Word. But anyway, what's up, Urianger? You want to tell me the thing that I know? Well, what hast thou discerned? Wait, was I right? Okay, the fact that I said it before this dialogue option means I have to say it reminds me of a certain primal. Most perceptive. According to the lore of the Pixies, we are, even now, perched upon the back of an ancient Fey entity. Its name is Bismarck. Aye, the self-same title by which we know the great feathered whale revealed by the Vanu Vanu of the source. It would enlist its aid to bear us unto the deep, and thence... I would enlist its aid to bear us unto the deep, and thence banish the water with an airy sphere, alike in form to the domes which do shelter the hamlets neath the ruby sea. Within its compass we may move unencumbered, and defend ourselves when the hour of battle cometh, as it most surely shall. Now, I must needs ask for silence whilst I make my supplication. God damn it. I did just realize I have about 3 months before Dawn Trail comes out, and I have 3 expansions of Trials to do. I have Stormblood, which is scheduled, it's coming, and Shadowbringers, and Endwalker. I need to hit all 3 of those in 3 months. Uh-oh, Scooby. You mean an environment artist is sobbing in joy.
Wir Sach, Bilan Bismail.
I didn't know you spoke German. Oh shit, sorry buddy.
Fallen si lor wislan. Ada si alinal.
Yes, I know it's not German, for the record, before someone says it. Let me alleviate the tension. Hey, we're gonna make the sunset.
Oh dear. I don't need to speak Fey to know that didn't go well.
We need Fey or Ol. She'll slap his ass. They'll slap his ass. Oh god, block, block, block! Okay.
Oh, my snake yak! You've learned to call me at last! And where do you go? On a trip? A journey? I knew you wouldn't give up without a fight.
Didn't expect you to be important.
Oh, precious mortal, I shall help you in any way I can.
Sup?
Gers Bismail win picked. Van dromi drom jakum. Van red rithje.
He's just like, oh, not upper management.
Be sure to scrub this one's teeth for him upon your return. He's only got manners.
It will be done, Your Majesty. Our deepest thanks for your timely intervention.
If I don't get to see Urian J scrubbing Bismarck's teeth, then all of this was pointless.
An agreement is reached and your departure is at hand. You wingless ones best hold on tight. May the blessings of the Fae keep you safe, Inba.
Wait, we're going to be breathing your breath for the whole journey, and we're only going to brush your teeth when we get back? Uh-oh, Scooby. Ooh, that's not steam, is it? Can't I just be like, can you give me a water helmet or something? I can breathe underwater. It's fine. Oh, shit, he can fly. Oh, well, yeah, that actually makes sense, doesn't it? Do you think there's anyone from the Crystarium that's just like, I don't know why they're going over to the sea. Maybe they're hoping to catch a boat, or... I'm just gonna stop asking questions. Oh, wait,
And
it's...
just like that, it's all gone back to the way it was.
Wait a second!
What was you expecting? 100 years of honey and rainbows? Seeing them Yulmore types wake up and smell the ashes was miracle enough for me.
Ah, but the magic in the air when that ladder started moving. And when that great hulking Talos rose up. Gods.
Speaking
of 1,000 years and never behold anything so amazing.
Starting to think me and the Final Fantasy XIV writers have the same brain cell.
What the? Do you see that?
What a monster! Where did it even come from?
There should be a Final Fantasy XIV plotline generator where it just takes some reference and puts it in a location, and that's the guess. Got...
Whoa there! It's not stopping! Run! Run!
Are they okay? Have a good nap. Little Neighbors is actually quite a cute thing. What knocked us out? Was it the stench? Well, yeah, why are we knocked out? How many fish do you think died?
The breath of Bismarck. See how it swells to form a dome beneath the waves? The waters recede. The tempest's floor is laid bare.
I wonder if there's underwater
In
centimeters.
defiance of the blinding sky, this place holds fast to its gloom. The last refuge of he who denies the light with every fiber of his being. You stand at the precipice, hero. Journey unto the heart of darkness. Finish it.
Well, at least he's not named Conrad Selk. Okay, chill. Wasn't betting on this. Kinda neat. Okay. Sure. I don't have anything else to say. Sure. This music is pretty good. Full glad am I that Bismarck was true to his word. We are arrived in the tempest, safe and dry. 'Tis here that we shall find the lair of Emmett Selk and, I believe, the imprisoned Exarch as well. For an Ascian alone, it is of course a trifling matter to flee unto the rift. Yet I suspect such travel is nigh impossible with a mortal in one's custody. Nay, he would not soon risk his prize when the Exarch's very body serveth as the key to the Crystal Tower and its powers of temporal transportation. Thus am I all but certain that this underwater realm harboreth our friend and enemy both. We have but to find them. Surely he's noticed we're here, right? He noticed there's a giant air pocket and is probably like, well, the event that you leave there, speak with the internal event, blah, 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 blah. Cool. Oh, it's a big area, too. Thancred, what's up, buddy? And now, as for where we should be looking, I rather doubt Emmett Selk would be sitting around out in the open. I propose we follow the slope down toward the deeper trenches and keep an eye out for rock formations large enough to house a stronghold. I mean, to be fair, no matter what, he wasn't in the open before. He might suddenly find himself in the open. That might be his problem. Then let's be off then. But watch your footing. The ground is still wet and like to be slippery. I actually don't know what the ocean floor is. I assume it's rock. Or is it sand? I don't know what the ocean floor is like. I can't fly. Very wet sand. Fair play. I mean, makes sense considering everything. I probably should be paying attention to what everyone's opinion. Oh, hey, Othello! It's just like back home, right, buddy? For those who don't know, he is named Othello, and I love him. Alright, Alize, what's the best girl got? I think can't help wondering what Emmett Selk would be doing with it down here without the aid of gills and fins. Actually, that is a very good question, something I've also been wondering. And his cousins, the otter and the posher otter. Is there an otter and a bow tie? Because I do appreciate that. They will never be as good as Othello for obvious reasons, but I do appreciate them. No, I can't say they will never be as good. They serve their own special talents. What's up, guys? The gloom down here is so suffocating compared to the endless night sky we saw. But I suppose Emmett Selk had nowhere else to go. What about that large formation over there? Well, there's a tower over there. That seems suspicious. We want to talk about that? I'm sure we'll get back to it. Oh yeah, there's a stronghold. Well, let's shoot it with cannon fire and call it a day. I can only assume I'm investigating the base of this tower. Who are you? Oh, it's the Sahag. No, not the Sahagin. What are they called? How can you breathe? I would also be gasping. No, you're right. That's a Sahagin. Okay, cool. Well, it's a Sahagin in the source. I wasn't sure. Sup, buddy? You have any opinions for me? Nope. He's just saying random stuff, which is fair. I can't expect them to program every NPC to be shocked that I'm here. But it would be funny. Ooh, I love this Etherite. Oh, this is a fantastic looking Etherite. Ooh, and all the purple webbing around it. Oh, and it's in a little pool. That's cool. I like that. Are any of them, like, worried about the fact that they're in the air all of a sudden? Well, they're Ondo, I can only assume. The finless ones. They followed me. Why have you come? Was it you who took away our water? So this is where the Ondo make their home. I had wondered. Pray, forgive us any inconvenience we have caused. We were not aware your people lived here in the Tempest. We need this great big dome of air, that we might conduct a most urgent search, and thus beg you for your understanding. Chieftain, what are we to do? Sup? Are you emissaries of the Ancient Ones? Pardon? The mysteries have stirred. We have seen the illuminated land shining through the gloom of the abyss. If you are the emissaries, the chosen, I bid you welcome. If you are not, I bid you leave. Yep, no, we're emissaries, totally. I'm not sure I understand. Would you be willing to elaborate? I guess not. It would seem not. I suggest we withdraw for the moment. Hey, if someone asks you if you're God, you say yes. He is still learning. He learned to have patience with the Grand Company heroes. Now he has to learn how to shut the fuck up sometimes. So what's the plan? Given your condition, I'm reluctant to suggest lingering here. That said, our presently meandering search would proceed far more swiftly if we could call upon the Ondo's local knowledge. Yes, I'd like to know more about this illuminated land the chieftain spoke of. Could it be Emitsilk's stronghold, do you suppose? Perhaps he lit the lanterns upon his return? We cannot dismiss the possibility, but if these Ondo refuse to speak with us... Dekka, do you remember my first scheme for entering Yulmore? How I had planned to ingratiate myself by offering lucrative trading opportunities with the Ondo. The individual I dealt with was reticent in manner and curious in custom, but we were able to reach an agreement nonetheless. I believe that with the right approach, we could build a similar relationship here. Okay. What kind of approach did you have in mind? That chieftain fellow didn't leave us many options. If we are to tread the swiftest course, then we must needs locate its beginning. 'Tis plain our all too dramatic arrival have thrown this settlement into confusion. Were we to solve such problems as we have caused, and assure our hosts thereby that our purpose here is not tending to obstruct or harm them, they may yet prove amenable to reason. Don't say anything. I smell chores. But very well, if it can be done quickly. What do you think? I've nothing better to offer, but I do worry what will happen if the Ondo's tales end up leading us to a dead end. Is this where I do laundry? I cannot say for certain, but I sense this tribe has a deeper connection to the Ascians than first meets the eye. It warrants further investigation. Thus, I cast my vote in favor of aiding the settlement for the time being. My pen! I'll do what I can, I suppose. I'm not excited with the time limit. Then it is settled. Ishtola, pray proceed with the investigations. The rest of us will see about fostering some goodwill. Chill. Works for me. I don't need to claim to be a god, though. I am one. Dekka, you won't believe who I've just bumped into. This is Posh Owen, the very fellow I did business with prior to our ill-fated stay in Yulmore. I waited and you did not come. Then the Mistral came, but his visits did not continue. I am truly sorry, Posh Owen. Things did not proceed as planned. Is there aught we can do for you by way of an apology? Perhaps. Where the Dry Return, a cave to the north, is home to giant crabs. We do not fear the crab, for we are the swiftest swimmers. But now there is no water. We run and they scuttle close behind, snipping and snapping with their claws. There are too many of them. Too many. I believe I could be of assistance there. And what of you, Dekka? If you've not found a task, you are most welcome to join me. Indeed, I should appreciate the company. Where the Dry Return has a rather ominous ring to it. Alright, chill. Make sure we get these chores locked down. It gave me some time to remember how to tank at least. I'm rather worried about the number of buttons I have available to me on my keyboard in total. I'm kind of running out. Like what? Comfortably I can hit... I guess you know what I realized I can do? I still have access to Alt as a modifier. I'm gonna have to start using like Alt and like mouse buttons to activate stuff like probably my mitigations. I'll have to start activating with my mouse. It's not like I have to hit those and I won't know that they're coming. Are you shift and control? Yeah, I mean I already use shift and control. I have shift 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Shift Q, E, R, F, T, G, Y, H. And then control 1, 2, 3, 4. Because to be frank, any more buttons than that is kind of ridiculous to try to hit. Maybe I could do control Z, X, and C. That's not that ridiculous to hit. It all depends on how many buttons I need to actually use. Using my mouse, I know, is one thing that I just kind of want to avoid because I find the satisfaction of hitting my buttons. First row is just 1 to 0, second row is control, third is Alt and 1 to 10. That's the thing, I don't know how to hit Alt and like 0, like comfortably and quickly. That seems like a lot. Alright. Hey everyone, welcome back, an old favorite. Barrage, congratulations. I've remembered you existed. Now kill him. Such a buff boy. I wonder if does he gain more experience now that we're fighting higher enemies? So I should catch up relatively quickly to all the levels I didn't actually do. I need to know about optimal barrage training. Please answer quickly. How many of these do I have to kill actually? Oh, just one more. Spacing XP gain, so I believe Blue Mage is still the trick. Oh. I should probably... Yeah, I don't really want to pick up Blue Mage. It's a long grind. I don't know. That said, I did want to dip my toes into... what's the Final Fantasy XI MMO that's inside Final Fantasy XIV? I forget the name of it. It's, some word like repentance or Eureka. There we go. Wait, and Baja? Is Baja its own thing? Seeing now there's actually an exit over here. Right. I'm kind of happy this isn't making me feel like thalassophobic. Maybe it's the fact that I'm not underwater technically. Does this count as underwater? My heart says yes. You can just flat out budges more 14 spin on Eureka. Neat. Oh, shit. Well, they could have warned me. You could crack their shells. You must be stronger than you look. Yeah, I mean, one of those crabs could kill Ifrit, if we're being honest. I see you've reached your quota first again. I shall never be your equal in such tasks. Still, I would say we've reduced the local crab population to a far less threatening number. My thanks to both of you. You must have a reward. I'm not doing voice acting anymore, I've decided. Nay, Pashoan, this was to be a part of my apology to you, remember? Besides which, the lack of water is our doing, for which we must also make amends. Might I convince you to tell us something about your village instead? I would very much like to learn more of you and your people. Why is he wearing a thong? Very well. Before the flood came, it is said our ancestral home was found in the seas to the south. It was utterly destroyed by the light. Only those who were out hunting survived. They swam, aimless and lost, until they spied buildings over here on the ocean floor. Strange buildings they were, and long had they stood under the water. Yet somehow they had been spared the scars of time and current. These structures provided shelter for my people, protection from the tempest's turbulent waters and the predators which hunted within them. Their very existence seemed a miracle. The first settlers pondered their good fortune. It was clear that the race who had built such wonders had guided their course, and from this did they discern the truth. That the ancients had chosen us to serve as caretakers of their eternal sanctuary until such time as they returned. Thus, it is judged that your coming, and this great vanishing of water, was by the ancients' design. You will find a warm welcome here. A truly astonishing history. Yet I cannot help but wonder, how will the significance, or otherwise, of our arrival be decided? The ancients have blessed us with protection and prosperity. If your presence serves to bring us the same, there will be no doubt in the matter. Sanagaib. Then it would appear that then it would seem our earlier decision was the correct one. Hell yeah! Just always sunny intro card. Alfino starts a holy war. We thank you for your lesson, Pashoan, and will continue to do all we can to assist your people. Should you desire our help with any other trouble, pray, return to the walking sands. We should return to the task at hand. Only, do try not to overexert yourself, my friend. The risk far outweighs the gain. Waking sands, fuck. Walking sands is a paradox Pokemon. A joke that I will make to myself, and I am aware. Okay, so there's these things called paradox Pokemon, which are past version of Pokemon or future version of Pokemon. And the past version of Suicune, the water legendary, is called Walking Wake. I think I see our first Ether Current quest. Do I want to do this right now? Honestly, no. But I should. These are relatively quick, usually. Hail, Finn, this one, and welcome to the Cups. Long have I wanted to converse with one of your kind, and I am called Nosh Cole. How may I address you? Mr. Salvo. Deca Salvo. I said Mr. Curious. Before we speak at length, there's something I would show to you. Come, let us leave behind the Cups and head due west. Come. Okay. Where we going? Is this like a little... Oh, hey, underground. Well, that will be important later. Bob, presumably. Can you tell how tired I am? Literally all of the time. I would say that I'm gonna spend this weekend doing nothing but sleep, but I have a very busy weekend. What's up, buddy? You good? These are relics of your kind, yes? The leavings of a ship that sailed the seas above long, long ago. They lie as they fell, untouched by any Ando, for most have little interest in the affairs of the Finless. I, however, do. Ever since I was saved by one of yours, after being washed ashore, weary and near death. Such kindness is a rare and wonderful thing, and I would know more of the people who showed it to me. Here, behold this three-pronged tiny trident. Is it a comb? And so I ask you, Deca Salvo, to teach me of your ways. These objects, for example, what purpose do they serve? How are they used? Oh my god, we are doing a Little Mermaid. Okay. That looks like wine. It could be whiskey or something. Probably several shattered bottles of wine. Such fragile containers they were. I suspect they once contained something of great value. What can you tell me of their purpose? They were used to store intoxicating spirits. Fragrant liquids which cloud the mind. I've heard of these before. Do Finless ones so delight in dulling their wits? Would he have been happy if I said they were a weapon? Probably. But I'm not gonna lie to him. I don't want him to be embarrassed. That was carved from the wood from one of your many trees, yes? What purpose does this peculiar contraption serve? Okay, this is gonna be very stupid, but I just realized that there's no wood underwater. Which is obvious. There's no trees underwater. There can be driftwood and stuff and trees that fall into the water. But it could, like, with plants and stuff, there's plenty of plants and everything, but nothing with like a hard wooden surface. There's no underwater trees. I guess unless you count swamps? But you know what I mean. Fashion. That's a very funny answer. The vessels your kind used to traverse our waters. Then without a wheel, it is at the mercy of the wind and the currents. I see. Satisfied, buddy? Thank you, Deca Salvo. You know, you're saying thank you, but the music went dramatic. What went wrong? In our short time together, you've already taught me so much. A pity that none of these pearls of wisdom will serve my needs. The wet slapping sound of the footsteps is kind of cute. Nosh! What are you thinking, wandering off on your own with this Finless one? There is no time for you to fiddle with their leavings. The Clutch Mother is in terrible distress. No, you do not understand. I brought him here to... Pray forgive this child's impudence. I am Zer's own, and on behalf of the Clutch Mother, I come to entreat your assistance. Sup? It seems you do not realize that in driving back the waters of the Tempest, you have placed our beloved Clutch Mother, leader of the Ando, in mortal peril. She is pregnant. Here in the depths she will give birth to many, many eggs. We male Ando will take them into our care and raise them as our own. But absent the flowing waters, we know not if she will be able to deliver them safely. If not, the future of our people will be in jeopardy. The flood of light claimed many Ando lives. Though we have rebuilt our numbers somewhat in the decades since, it would be devastating to lose an entire generation. Or, worse, the Clutch Mother herself. She wishes to speak with you quickly, and we might together find a solution to this dilemma. Will you return with me to the Cups? Nosh, come. I will not let you trouble our guest or the Clutch Mother further. Dude's got a point. Probably should have led with the important thing of, like, your mom's gonna die. Everything I have done for her. Can't wait for him to be like, oh, I found a mechanical water pump that I think we can use. Something like that. Oh my god. Has anyone else ever built an underwater base in Minecraft? Can you imagine the pain in the ass it would be to clear out all of this space? We don't know that's not what Bismarck did. Maybe they just entered creative mode. I am just tired enough to find this rationale intriguing and very funny. The best kind of combination to have. It's just a big sponge whale. That's why he had to leave. He just had to sit inside of, like, next to a campfire. A little human-sized campfire to dry himself out. Stop. Beyond this gate resides the Clutch Mother. Approach and hearken to her words. Cool. Can I go in? Honored guest, I, Clutch Mother Leondo, do bid you welcome to our realm. You will forgive me for receiving you in this fashion. For the safety and well-being of my children on board, I must remain within, away from the dangers without. As you know, under normal circumstances, this place would be filled with blessed water, from which I would draw strength and support to bring these eggs into the world. Alas, I am but half submerged now, and I fear for my ability to fulfill my sacred duty. I'm given to understand you and yours are the ones responsible for drawing back the waters of our realm. With good reason, I am sure. However, it is my sincere hope that you will agree to aid us, given that you are responsible for this state of affairs. Fear not, I desire no direct assistance. Rather, I would beg a boon of your people's knowledge, of childbirth, and how the finless ones ease their burdens of their struggling mothers. Zarashowan will be my agent in this matter. Heed his words and answer his questions. This is all that I ask. Do you consent? Of all the scions, I would pick Alfino to help the most enthusiastically, at least. I thank you, honored guest. Go well. Then it is agreed. However, I must consult with her attendants before we speak further. For now, I bid you and Narshkol go about your business, but be ready if called upon. Thank you. I will never complete this questline if I don't have to. Wait, Mr. Salvo. Sup? Have you a moment to converse in private? Outside the cups. Please. Okay. My boots must be soaked. Seriously. Okay, fine. We're almost done with this. Then maybe 1 or 2 more main story quests and we can wrap this up. Do I try to get through all the random chores or do I leave? I kind of want to... Doing 1 or 2 as a warm-up come next stream would probably be good. Now that I know how many I'm going to be doing in total. Ooh! That goes a little bit deeper than I expected it to. Anyway, what's up, buddy? It is a rare thing indeed to be granted an audience with the Clutch Mother. I hope this serves to help you understand how important these eggs are to us. Before you came to the cups, I've been searching for a means to assist her in giving birth. That is why I've been studying the relics of your people. Unfortunately, I found nothing that seems suitable for this purpose. I cannot stress to you enough how important she is to us. She is mother to all Londo, her every egg brother and sister. We would do anything and everything to welcome them into this world and see them grow into a healthy, happy Ondo. There must be some way in which you can help. There must be some way in which you can help us to achieve this end. Chill. I'm sure there is. Bye. Oh, I thought it was on barrage. There we go. I'm sure they modeled a Clutch Mother. Why else would they have the Clutch Mother be a character? It would just be silly otherwise. Anyway, what's up, Ishtola? Let me guess. You need some help helping them. Ah, Dekka. Have you learned aught of note? Fascinating. And precisely the sort of information I was hoping to hear. In fact, if you have a moment, I'd like to borrow your eyes to confirm a theory I've been working on. Come. If you say so. Ah, fucking. Right. What's up, Ishtola? How can I help you help us all? Maybe these are other crystal towers, but the crystals just wore off. We don't know this isn't what the crystal tower looks like from the outside. And we know there's time travel involved. Is Emmett Selk like a ghoul? Like he didn't get to do time travel, he got here the hard way? Now, there are two tasks I would have you perform. The first requires you to inspect the buildings which surround the Ondo settlement, and note their distinctive characteristics. For the second, I wish you to use this knife to take scrapings from one of the remnant walls. Pray, be as thorough as you can. I shall be waiting here for the results of your investigations. Okay. Fuck, that sure is a building. This pattern is distinctive for Final Fantasy, but I'm not sure I can... Why does this feel familiar? I don't know. The likes of which you've seen nowhere else. It does feel vaguely familiar. It's Anor Londo! Duh! Oh my god, I should have known. I don't know, this is a little known fact amongst me. I got really mad at Dark Souls 3 when I finally played it. I actually managed to avoid spoilers for Dark Souls 3 for like 3-4 years after it came out before I finally got a chance to play it. And I remember being like, if you thought I was like sassy or like critical of Final Fantasy XIV storyline, the second I showed up in Anor Londo in Dark Souls 3, I was just like mad. I was sick of that game at that point. And what have you discovered? Yes, I would agree that the windows are most distinctive. It would seem the structures appear the same to both your sight and mine. And say, you could not so much as scratch the wall, even with all your might behind the blade. Dekka, everywhere I turn in this place, my gaze is drawn by peculiar materials for which I do not have a name. The buildings I had you investigate are prime examples. They may appear to be constructed of ordinary stone, but I assure you it is nothing of the sort. If pressed, I would describe the substance as a composite of several mineral properties, blended to create a material of unparalleled durability. Even the Lankan Empire, once the greatest power in Northrend, produced nothing which compares to this level of perfection. You think it's built by the Ascians, or their pre-time civilization? But if not the Lankans, then who? Who are these ancients the Ondo claim as the architects of their sanctuary? I suspect our answer lies within the reason Emmett Selk withdrew here to the Tempest. You may simply have wished to retreat somewhere mere mortals would struggle to reach. But there are many such remote locations. Why here, specifically? Him itself is devoted to his role, and thus we might assume his choice of strongholds somehow serves the Ascian agenda. Or mayhap, 'tis a place more dear to him than any other. Are you saying this was built by ancient Ascians? But that wouldn't make sense, because the Ascians lived in the Source, and only 3 of them survived. That is my theory, that these structures are remnants of a time before history, of a star that was yet whole and unbroken. Such traces in the Source would have been obliterated by the succession of Umbral calamities, but here in the first, they may have remained untouched for millennia. 3 of them survived unsundered. Oh, excuse me. A copy of the mural in the Cortana Ravel. Almet presented it to me during my visit to Fano after our victory in Calusia. Here, in the first scene, by Emmett Silk's own words, it depicts a city of eons past and the disaster which befell it. The design is much simplified, of course, but do you see the similarities between its towers and those you've just inspected? We are close to the truth, I feel. Let's search the surrounds for another tower, one which matches the picture near enough to remove all doubt. From what I've seen, not more than sand and more sand lies to the east, and the south held no such structures. I suggest we try our luck further to the northwest. Okay. Ascian structures are in the Tempest. Cool. Port Nabialis and Igorim. One of them killed Moonbreeder and then we killed them. I don't remember. Oh! Will not be displayed on the map. You must search for a structure which resembles the buildings in the mural, then inspect it from the survey point. The survey point will be found nearby a location which allows a field view of the structure. Oh, okay. Well... I feel like I've seen this before. Those green points. So further northwest of somewhere over here. Well, that has a... Maybe the place called the Walls of the Forgotten would be a good place to look for a bunch of ancient walls. I don't know what has drawn me to that conclusion. However, I feel like it might be the first place I want to check. There is wood. This is gonna take me a while to search. It's a relatively big area, at least. Well, there are some structures here. But I'm not sure it's anything... Oh, wait! Is this the... This looks like it might be it. Now I just need to see if there's a survey point around here, I guess. Somewhere which would allow a full view. Up on the cliff, maybe. This seems like that structure at the bottom, at least. Oh, yep. Oh, hey, look. They put it next to an ether. That's clever of them, so that if you find the you go looking for the ether current, you'll at least find the thing. I feel like I cheated a little bit. But fuck it, it worked. So what do I care? For a structure which doesn't decay, it looks like it's decayed a little bit. Aye, this is the mural writ large. Though I cannot guess at its purpose, it must have been an imposing sight. How much of the tower's height lies hidden beneath the ground, I wonder. Centuries of our history have settled upon such ruins. Countless layers of dust and sediment. An entire civilization, its existence forgotten by all but except a handful of Asians. And yet it did exist. They lived here, in this city. But let's focus on what we've learned thus far. The Ondo chieftain spoke of mystery stirring, of a land illuminated. Judging by his words, he believes this phenomenon related to the ancients' return. Thus can we surmise that what the Ondo saw shining in the abyss was, in all likelihood, yet another remnant of this age-old civilization. And who else would light the lanterns, as Wayne put it, than Emmett Selk himself? 'Tis almost certain he is there. Cool, can you repeat that all again? I read what you were saying out loud. I tried to put some emotion into it, but I'm just fucking here, girl. But if we are to find this stronghold in a timely manner, it seems gaining the Ondo's trust remains our swiftest path forward. I only hope our deeds are enough to win them over. One more MSQ. Thank you for assisting me with my investigations. I shall seek out our companions and share what we have learned. Much as I would like to tell you to sit down and leave the rest to us, your condition demands that we make all reasonable haste. If you are not too weary, it may be useful to speak with Pasha Owen again, and ask if there's aught else he is willing to divulge. You got it, Chief. This is kind of a neat area. I meant that the gloomy skybox kind of hurts me. Is this fog or is this the skybox? It's hard to tell. There is fog. No, it is just sort of an effect. Oh. Y'all, if we look for a glowing city, the glowing city in the distance might be a hint. Yeah, I know that's the ocean above me. But logically, you know, there shouldn't be any light down here at all. So, like, neener. That's not just me, right? That looks like a glowing city to me. I would approach it, but I don't want to spoil it. It's a big air bubble. Not how light works. I mean, yes, how light works, but I guess maybe if there's like only 10 or 20 feet of water now between the top of the ocean and us. I don't know. Once I get the ability to fly, I'm sure we'll figure it out. Alfino's friend. You and your companions have done much to repair the damage caused when the waters parted. Anything else you can do? Have you been to the Walls of the Forgotten? Think I've just come from them? The remnants to the northwest, yes? You visited them unbidden. Shh. Could it be that your footsteps were guided by the ancients? Asan al-Gaib. I believe it may be so. Listen then, and I will tell you of our plans to bring light to the walls, that we might answer the shining call of the illuminated land. We have requested a finless craftsman to shape for us a sacred lamp. He is odd for a land dweller, choosing as he does to live in the ocean, but his skill is beyond question. It is concerning, however, that we have heard nothing of his progress. If you were to visit this artisan and return with our long-awaited light, then any doubt as to your purpose would be laid to rest. His name is Grenold. You will find his workshop in a metal structure to the south. Well, tie me up and call me a warlock main. I think we've found Grenold. Ain't that convenient? Have you done all quest to completion yet? Yes. I did do the tank roll quest to completion. So, that is a weird looking octopus. I'm kind of into it. Oh, it's a manta ray on top of an octopus. Am I into it? It's weird, but I like it. Yeah, sure, just mash them together and you get something kind of unique, and it kind of works. I wish this was more pattern on its back, but I understand why it isn't. Yeah, no, that's cool. Anyway, good thing they mentioned Grenold earlier. I don't remember who he is or why I care about him, but I do remember his name. Now, how do I get in? It's an airlock. Surprise! Are you small? No, you're sitting. Oh, that's just great, that is. My mind's playing tricks on me now. Look, Grenold! Someone's come to visit you at the bottom of the bleeding ocean. Or it might be as you're a ghost, eh? Go on, foul shade. Feast yourself upon me, on me rotten soul. I've got no use for it. Craftsman, what can't craft is more pointless than a sea slug with a dominant hammer. And that's an insult to blight sea slugs. Grenold appears to be suffering from a crushing bout of self-doubt. Maybe you can psych him up. Don't worry, buddy. You're not completely insane. I just drained the ocean. The sensible answer. Eh? You wouldn't be trying to raise my spirits now, would you, spirit? Not what you'd expect from a servant of the netherworld. Sup? Have we met before? Have we met before? I don't know who this guy is. Might be as we cross paths back in the Crystarium, but I don't reckon we've been formally introduced. Name's Grenold, and this here is meant to be in my underwater sanctuary. Place where I can give myself over to me work, far from the distraction of the outside world. How did you get here? And yet here you stand. It was so damned important that you dive all the way down to the bottom of the bleeding tempest to bother me. Ah, the Ondo's lamp. God's curse me, empty head. I've not so much as made a start! Yeah. Sorry, I just cannot take this armor set very seriously. I'm worthless. I'm worth less than a sea slug. Nay, the slime left by a sea slug. My delivery date's long past, my workbench is untouched, and I call myself a bleeding artisan. You've heard of their beliefs, have you? Bringing light to them ruins be an act of deep religious and cultural significance. And it was my privilege as a craftsman to be tasked with providing a ritual instrument worthy of the occasion. But I just can't bloody well... My mind's a bleeding blank. It's like I pissed away my last drop of inspiration. Tell me you've got something to show me. Something that'll give me muse a right good kick up the ass. Do I? The Ondo want to honor the coming of these ancients, so they enter in lights to God to blaze with the right kind of brightness. Like the spark of life caught in a crystal. But just being sparkly is not enough. It's gotta dance with joy and sorrow and the sense of hardship endured. You know what I mean? Your thoughts turn to Brandon, the crystal you discovered at the end of his journey. Maybe Grinnell could find inspiration in that. Oh. Yeah, I did do that, didn't I? What have you got there? Such striking beauty. It shines with heartache and laughter and the transience of life, like the turmoil of history made manifest. I can see the brilliance of the crystal's legacy. You never capture such a gleam, not if you labored 100 years. But bugger me if I don't mean to try. Where are me tools, gods damn ye? I must set to work before the feeling fades. And on that note, thank you all for joining. I have to go sleep. Honestly, I probably should have gone to sleep instead of streaming tonight, but here we are. Right. I, unfortunately, though, can't stream again until, like, maybe Saturday morning? Maybe? In the meantime, I don't really have anyone to aid, so I'm just not gonna bother. I'm just not gonna worry about it. Chill. Yeah. I will see y'all next time I play. If I play Saturday, for all I know, I mean, what level are we at? We're at level 80. We could be approaching the end of this. If I wake up early enough on Saturday, maybe I can approach the finish line. Maybe. But in the meantime, I will see y'all next time I stream. Thank you everyone who stuck around after Dan's stream, if you did. Otherwise, peace. And I will see you hopefully Saturday. Maybe Sunday. We'll see what happens. Well, no matter what, Friday. I'm streaming with Nicole, I think. Later.